half a century ago. Two simple words declared a truth that's planted in our hearts. And every time the flag is raised, we've been honored to repeat the phrase, so the world will know we are under God. America's been blessed under God, brought through every trial and test. We are sheltered by the mercy He chose to give in privilege and abundance. This nation lives under God. Freedom has survived under God. We need to recognize we're dependent on His goodness, indebted to His care, maybe more than any people, anytime or anywhere. Still our only hope and prayer is under God. When we pledge allegiance now, it's under God. Those words have shaped the land that we hold dear. Some insist it's not allowed to acknowledge that we need Him now, but it's never been so clear. Under God, America's been blessed. Under God, brought through every trial and test. We are sheltered by the mercy He chose to give in privilege and abundance. This nation lives under God. Freedom has survived under God. We need to recognize we're dependent on His goodness, indebted to His care, maybe more than any people, anytime or anywhere. Still our only hope and prayer. Under God, freedom has survived. Under God, we need to recognize we're dependent on His goodness, indebted to His care, maybe more than any people, anytime or anywhere. Still our only hope and prayer. Still our only hope and prayer. Still our only hope and prayer. Still our only hope and prayer is under God. Under God. Under
have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of with sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. I have seen in the watchfires of 100 circling camps. They have builded him an altar in the evening news and dance. I can read his righteous sentence in the dim and flaring lamps. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea, with a glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free, while God is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Glory,
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Does anybody in here besides Audra know who I am? I know you too. Oh, Bella. Okay, but most of you are new. I've not seen your faces before. Okay, remind me again. What's your name? Nathaniel. Donna, right? Andrew? Ethan. Andrew. Oh, man. Oh, okay. What'd you say? Rostislav. Do you go by that, or do you have a do you shorten it? Rustic? Okay. What's your name? Grayson. Peyton, I knew that. And Bella and Audra. Oh, we have this young man coming in who was almost in 12th grade. It was a close call.
It's up to you. Do you want to use that or this?
I'll use that because
Okay.
I don't want to hold on to something.
That's fine.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I got to look at what time it is so I don't talk too long, because sometimes I do. In my Sunday school class, yes, I do. Okay. I got some stuff that I brought with me. I want you to tell me what it is. What's this?
Book.
A book? That's easy. What do you do with it? Read it. Has anybody ever read this book? No? Okay. I'm going to read it to you tonight. Do you think? No, that would just take too long. Okay, does anybody know what this is? Bella, what do you think it is? Yeah? Telescope. What do you use it for? Does anybody know what you would use a telescope for?
Looking at the stars.
Looking at the stars. Very good, very good. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, I think I have something that everybody's going to like. That's a joke, okay, because I don't. Maybe you do. What are these? Math problems, yeah. Who likes math? Wow, more than I thought would. Okay. All right, one more thing. Does anybody know what this is? I just had to bring a picture because, whoa, do you?
It's like a.
I'll be really impressed if you do.
It's like a ruler.
Yeah, it's like a ruler. Do you know what you would measure with it?
Maybe, I forgot that.
That's okay. Audra, what do you think?
Measure the stars with it?
No, sort of. So this is a sextant. And you would use it to measure the distance from the sun to the horizon. Okay? Well, you can also use it to measure the moon in the horizon. What do you think these things that I just showed you have in common? What do you think?
They all have to do with stars.
Yeah, and they are going to be about the person I'm going to teach you about. Okay? This man's name was Nathaniel Bowditch. Has anybody ever heard of him? Belle, you have? This is one of my favorite books to read. I first heard about it from your mom, and your sister said she really likes this book too. He was born 250 years ago in 1773. And he was the fourth child of 7 children. Does anybody have 7 kids in their family? I know there's 2 people here who have 13 kids in their family. How many kids are in your family?
I got 11 plus mom and dad.
There's 11 kids in his family, 13 kids in their family. He only had 7 in his, Nathaniel. Now, does anybody know what was going on? I can't really say our country because we weren't a country yet in 1773. What was going on then? What do you think?
The war.
What war? Do you know what the name of it is? What did you say?
World War III.
No, not quite. Audra? The Revolutionary War. That is when America fought for their freedom from Britain, okay? He was too little to fight, right? Because he was born in 1773. We became a country in 1770 what? Bella? Yes, 1776. Now, because of the war, it was very expensive to live. Like, food was expensive, it was hard to get clothes, and people were just poor. So because of that, when Nathaniel was 9, his dad made him quit school. Who would like to quit school when they're 9? Oh! Well, Nathaniel did not want to quit school. He really liked school. He liked to read. He loved math. He was really good at math, too. And he had to go work in his dad's cooper's shop. Does anybody know what a cooper does? Anybody? Bella, what do you think a cooper does? Nope, that's a cobbler. A cooper does make something. They make barrels and buckets, the wooden ones, you know, with the metal rings around them. That's what his dad did, so he had to go help his dad. Now, he did that for a few years. Did I say 9? He started that when he was 10. When he was 12, one night he heard his dad talking to his mom about Nathaniel going somewhere. And it would be one less mouth to feed. When there's 7 kids, they probably eat a lot of food. Do you guys eat a lot of food at your house? What about you guys? Do you eat a lot of food at your house? Yeah.
My mom, it takes over $200, $300.
Yeah, I believe it. So his dad said, if we send him away, we could have one less mouth to feed. And you know what Nathaniel thought? He thought he was going to go back to school. And he was so excited. The next morning he woke up and his dad sat him down and he told him, you are going to be an indentured servant. Who knows what that is? Anybody? Does it sound like something good? No. An indentured servant is somebody he had to go live with somebody and do whatever work they wanted him to do without getting paid. At 12 years old, he had to leave his house, his mom, his dad, his brothers and sisters, and go be a slave. And he worked for, let me get out my paper so I tell you the right name. He worked for a place called Ropes and Hodges. And he stocked the shelves, he kept things clean, he did their accounting books, that he kept track of how much money they spent, how much money they made. And he was going to have to do that for 9 years. Until he was 21. He couldn't do anything he wanted to do. And one day when he was in the shop, this man came in and told him because he was a slave, he was never going to learn anything or do anything great. Who would like that to be told to you? You're just going to be a big loser your whole life. Would that make you feel good? No, he didn't like that. But you know what? There was somebody else in the shop that told him if he sails by ash breeze, he can do whatever he wants. What do you think ash breeze meant? In the big ships, they had these really long oars, okay, made out of ash wood. Sometimes they had to use those oars if they got in a rough spot to get unstuck, and they used them. And that's what he meant. If you worked hard and did your best, you could do almost anything. And so from that point on, Nathaniel decided he was going to do everything he could to learn everything he could. And his boss let him read encyclopedias and all kinds of books. And you know what he did just by reading books? He taught himself algebra. He taught himself calculus. He taught himself Latin. He taught himself French. He taught himself all kinds of things. And he would take notes in little notebooks, and he carried these notebooks everywhere he went. He had a notebook for navigation. He had one on tying ropes. He had one on the stars. He had one for math. He had all kinds of notebooks that he carried with him and took notes anytime he learned something new. Well, finally, those 9 years were up, and he decided he was going to go out to sea on a ship. And he did that. And he was first mate. And one day, the captain told him, "Nathaniel, get out your sextant." So he got it out. Now, here we go. This is really complicated to explain how you use this, so I'm going to do my best to explain it in simple terms, okay? So if you look on here, there's a mirror here and a mirror here, right? Then you see these shades. You have to cover the mirrors with the shade when you use it to look at the sun. Why do you think? You don't want to burn your eyes, right? So you take that, you're going to look through here, and you line up the mirror for the sun. You line it up on the sun. You line the mirror for the horizon on the horizon. What's the horizon? Bella, what do you think? Nope, that's the land. You're going to line it up to land. Then you're going to move the sun mirror until it looks like the sun is on the land, okay? And they use that to measure distance. They use it to measure latitude. And they can tell where they are by doing that. And there's a lot of really hard, fancy math that you have to do with it. And he figured it out just like that. And his captain said, "How did you do that?" He was so impressed. He thought it was going to take him days to figure out the math, but he did it. And then he thought, there's got to be a way to figure out longitude. But he couldn't do it with the sun. It had to be done. What's the other thing? It comes out at night. What is it? The moon. You have to do it with the moon. Now, he used the almanac to see where the moon would be on certain days. And then you had to line it up with a certain star. Now, to do that, you had to wait for that day where they lined up just right, and there was no clouds in the sky. So it took him a while. But finally, there was one clear night, and he lined it up, and he figured out the longitude, and he told his captain where they were, and he said, "In 8 days, we will get to our destination." And his captain said, "No way. There's no way we're going to do that. You don't know what you're talking about." Guess what? On the 8th day, you know what the captain heard from the guy in the lookout? He heard, "Land ho!" He could not believe that Nathaniel had guessed right. What do you think, Nathaniel? Isn't that pretty great? You're Nathaniel, right? You got the same name as him. He figured out how to tell where they were using the latitude and longitude. And he made so many advancements in sea navigation. Do you know in 1802 he wrote a book called The American Practical Navigator? 1802, that was a really long time ago, wasn't it? Do you know that book is still used on U.S. commissioned ships? Because he was so smart. And everybody benefited from what he wrote. Now, it sounds like he had a pretty good life after he was an indentured servant, right? He finally got a degree from Harvard, and he started his own insurance company. But you know what? His life was not easy. Before he turned 25, none of you are 25 yet, right? No, okay. Before he turned 25, you know what happened? His grandma died. His mom died. He had a sister who got sick and died. 3 of his brothers went to sea, and they died. His other sister's husband died at sea. One time when he was out on a sea voyage and he came home, he found out that his wife had died while he was gone, and they had only been married for 7 months. And that all happened before he turned 25. But you know what? He did not let those sad things happen. Look at the name of this book. Can anybody read what this says right here? Just these 2 words on top. Carry on. That was the theme of his life. He carried on. He was a servant. He carried on. Most of his family died. He carried on, even though those hard things happened. I want to tell you about somebody else who had some hard things happen to him. His name was the Apostle Paul, and he lived during the Bible times. Who's ever heard of him? I want to read quickly some verses for you that he wrote about all the things that happened to him. This is in 2 Corinthians 11. I'm going to start in verse 23, okay? So listen to all these things that happened to him. Are they ministers of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths oft. Of the Jews 5 times I received 40 stripes, save one. Thrice I was beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by mine own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness. That's a lot of bad things. Doesn't it sound like that? But you know what? He never gave up either. He kept going around and telling people about Jesus. And he wrote in another book of the New Testament, Philippians, he said, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. And that's what I want you to remember. Just like the Apostle Paul and Nathaniel Bowditch, when life gets hard, carry on. With God's help, you can get through the hard things. And good things can come from the hard things, okay? So remember that. Carry on, just like Mr. Bowditch and the Apostle Paul. Okay? Thanks for listening. You guys did really good.
Check, check. Woo, there it is. Found it. All right. Thank you guys for listening. You are going to hear so many different stories about different people from American history. You're going to learn about stories from people in the Bible and different characteristics that are good to have, right? All right. At this time, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and head out. Mr. Corey, if you could head this group out toward the fellowship hall, they're going to take, you guys are going to go ahead and take all your things. You're going to head out and get a snack and study your verses, okay? And then you're going to come back in here. You could take your Bible. Mr. Alex, can you send the little group in, please? The little group. I think they're a bigger group. They're just little people. If you need to take, like... Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. What is that face? What is that face? Come on. She's smiling. She's just giving me a little bit of a smug. I was going to say, where are the boys? You can sit right over here. You're fine. Hi. Wow, look at this group. I love it. Look at this group. How is everybody doing? Excellent, excellent. Did you guys enjoy your food? What did you have? Chips? Lemonade? Hot dog? Did we have carrots? I thought there were carrots today. No? There were no carrots today? Oh, okay. What wasn't famous, would you say? Oh, they weren't fans of the hot dog? You guys, who likes hot dogs? Okay. All right. So, here's what we're going to do, okay? So I need your eyes up here. We're running a little bit behind, so normally I'll do something exciting to get your attention, but my face is just going to have to do today. No? Ha, ha, ha. I'll laugh for you. All right, so, that look you're giving me. All right, so what we're going to do, so this is how the day's going to go so far, okay? When you come in, the rest of the week, you're going to go next door. You're going to eat. You guys get to eat first. You're welcome. And then you can study verses over there. So what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and put your verses under your chair right now.
Boys, can I have your verse sheets, please?
Actually, that's perfect. Yep. We'll take them now. Thank you, Miss Leah. What do you like about the American flag? It does. That's pretty cool. It has stars that match the sky. I love it. All right. At this time, we are going to stand up. We're going to put our hands in the air. We're going to put our hands down. We're going to cluck like a chicken. Now cluck like a turkey. They're like, wait, what's the difference? And he did it. It's not called cluck, though. What is it called? That's gobble, gobble. You're right. Absolutely. Did you guys know that the turkey was almost going to be our national bird? Benjamin Franklin wanted it to be the national bird. Instead, it's what? Does anybody know? It's not a turkey. The eagle, that's right. And we're gonna learn some stuff about the eagle this week, I think. Mrs. Corey, are you all set? All right. So what I'm gonna have you do is sit down. Next thing I'm gonna have you do is open your eyes. Next thing is close your ears. No, we don't want to do that. We want to close our mouths because we don't need to talk unless we're called on, right? So we're going to close our mouths, open our nose so we can breathe. Always breathe through your nose. No mouth breathers. All right. Open your eyes and then open your ears so you can listen, okay? So here's Mrs. Corey with our lesson. Please pay attention.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did you have a good snack? Yes. Did you say your Bible verses? Who said some verses? Wow, good job. Okay. I got a story that I'm going to tell you. First, I have some things in my bag that I want to show you. Do you want to see them?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What's this? A book. No, not a Bible. This is just a book. What do you do with a book?
Read it.
Read it. This one's called Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. Who's ever read it? No, I didn't think so. It's a little hard for you guys. Okay, let's see. I got something else. What do you think this is? Yep, what's on the cards? Math cards. Who likes math? Anybody? Whoa, almost everybody says they like math? Because it's still easy for this age. Wait till you get to the hard math. Then you'll want to cry and rip your hair out. Do you think? No, don't rip your hair out. You can cry, though, if you want. No, don't do that either. Okay, I got something else. Whoa. Who said that? Was that you right there in the blue shirt? What's your name? Beckham. Yes, he's right. This is a telescope. What do you use a telescope for? To look at, we're going to look at stars with it. Are the stars out right now? No. Yes, they are. They're out all the time. You just can't see them during the day because the sun's too bright. But they're out all the time. When do we see the stars best, though? Yeah. Okay. I got one more thing. This is a hard one. The big kids didn't know what this was. Do you think you're smarter than the big kids?
Yes.
Ooh, that's some confidence. What's that?
Telescope?
Nope.
Pirate?
It's a what?
Treasure.
Don't know.
Treasure.
Treasure? Because it's gold, maybe.
It kind of looks like gear.
No, it's not a ship, a time machine. Wow, I like your guys' guesses. I'll just tell you. This is a sextant. And you're going to use it to measure the distance from the sun to the earth. Okay? Now, later on, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Why did I show you all those things? I want to tell you about Mr. Bowditch. That's him right there on the cover of this book. Okay? His first name was Nathaniel. Does anybody know anybody named Nathaniel?
My cousin.
Your cousin? Who said that? You got a cousin named Nathaniel? You have a brother named Nathaniel, Danny. Yeah, he was in here before. Now, Nathaniel, he was born 250 years ago in the year 1773. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? Well, he died when he was 65. He died in 1838. So he's not alive still. That would be really old, wouldn't it? Does anybody know what was going on in our country during that time?
No.
What do you think? War. What war? Do you know what the war was called? Not quite. Elisha? Not quite, but almost. We're getting closer, Timothy. The Revolutionary War. That was when America fought for their freedom from who? Who were we trying to get away from? Karma?
They were trying to get away from the king.
The king? Yeah, what country? That was a good answer.
America.
No, we were America. We were trying to get away from Christina?
England?
Yes, Britain. We were trying to get away from Britain. Now, because of that, food was hard to buy, clothes were hard to buy, and his family was very poor. He was the fourth child of 7 kids. Now, Danny, I know he's got 11 kids in his family. That's what his brother told me. That's a lot of kids. Nathaniel Bowditch only had 7 kids in his family. And when he was 10 years old, sorry, I keep wanting to say 9. When he was 10, he had to quit school. Who would want to quit school when they were 10? Christina, you're not even 10 yet. And you want to quit school? You guys all want to quit school already? You've barely started. Well, okay, he really liked school, and he didn't want to quit. But he had to quit and go help his dad in his cooper shop.
I do school.
Yeah, and Malin, I know, likes school. And a cooper shop, he made bucket. Oh, wait, let me talk. You got to hear all the story. If we just talk, we'll never get the story done. Talking is fun, but right now we got to have our story. And then later we'll talk, okay? He had to work in his dad's cooper shop, and they made wooden buckets and barrels in there. And he did that for 2 years. And then you know what his dad told him he had to do? He was going to have to go be an indentured servant. Who's ever heard those words before? Indentured servant. It's okay if you've never heard it, because people really don't do that anymore. I hope not. That meant he had to go be a slave to somebody and do whatever jobs they wanted him to do. Who would want to do that? He had to leave his mom and dad and go live with somebody he didn't know. He had to clean their shop. He had to stock the shelves. He had to keep the books to show how much money they spent and how much money they made when he was 12. Who would want to do that? You think so? He had to leave his house. He couldn't go home. He couldn't go home at the end of the day. He had to live there. And he hardly ever saw his mom or his brothers and sisters. And he had to do that for 9 years until he was 21. He started when he was 12, and he finished when he was 21. But you know what? He decided he was not going to let that stop him from learning. So he read as many books as he could. Who likes to read? Oh, good. That makes me happy. You can learn so much by reading books. And I know reading might be still a little bit hard for some of you because you're just learning. But don't stop reading, because you can learn so much by reading books. And that's good. You keep trying. He learned so much. He learned how to do math. He taught himself algebra. He taught himself calculus. I know those are big words that you don't even know what that means, but they're really hard math. He taught himself Latin. That's a totally different language than what we speak. He taught himself French, another totally different language. He taught himself all those things just by reading books. Can you believe that? He taught himself all about the stars. He taught himself all about tying knots and ropes and stuff. He taught himself about sailing ships. He taught himself about all kinds of things just by reading books. And he was so, so smart. When he was finally 21 and he didn't have to be a servant anymore, what do you think he did? How did you know? Did you read that book I have?
No. I just,
You just guessed?
yeah.
Wow, you are right. He did. He decided to sail on a ship, and he was the first mate. That means he was second to the captain, and he did whatever the captain wanted him to do. Yeah, and, okay, here we go. We're going to talk about this crazy-looking thing some more. Now, he used this. You can use this on land or sea. Like I said, it measures the distance from the sun to the earth. We call that latitude. Can you say that with me? This direction is latitude. Good. And on here, he's got 2 mirrors, one for the sun, one for the earth. And you got to cover up the one for the sun with the shade because you don't want to look straight at the sun. What will happen?
You'll go blind.
You will go blind. So make sure if you ever have one of these and you're going to look at the sun, put the shade on. But I don't think that any of you are going to be using this. But you line up the one for the sun on the sun. You have to wait till the sun is in the right spot in the sky. And then you line up the one for the horizon, right on the horizon, and then you move the mirrors so that when you're looking through right here, it looks like the sun is on the earth. And then you got to do a bunch of really hard math. See this part that looks like a ruler? He used that, and he did some really hard math, and he figured out the latitude. And that tells you where you are on the earth.
Or on the ocean.
Well, the ocean's on the earth, right? Yeah. Well, he wanted to be able to figure out the longitude. What's longitude? So we said this was latitude, right? What direction do you think longitude goes?
Down.
This way. This way, yeah. So he wanted to figure that out. But you know how you had to do that? You had to use the other thing that shines up in the sky when it's dark. What's that big round ball called? Right here. The moon.
Oh, yeah.
He had to use the moon and the stars. And it was really hard to do because
Why was it really hard to do?
Because every night the moon is in a different spot in the sky. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a different spot, okay? And the moon had to be in just the right spot by just the right star to be able to do it. And there couldn't be clouds in the sky because you had to be able to see the moon and the stars. Well, he waited and he read the almanac and he saw, okay, on this day the moon's supposed to be right here by this star. And that day came and the sky was clear. So he got out his sextant. Now, he doesn't need the shades to look at the moon, right? Because it's not going to burn his eyes. So he didn't put the shades on. He lined them up, and he got the longitude. And he told his captain, Captain, in 8 days, we are going to get where we're going. How do you think he knew that?
Latitude.
Yeah, because he used the latitude and longitude, and he told his captain, we're going to get there in 8 days. And his captain said, no way are we getting there in 8 days. No way. What do you think? Do you think they were going to get there in 8 days? Who thinks they did? Who thinks they didn't? One brave soul. Oh, 2 think that they didn't. 8 days went by, and the captain, he was probably in his cabin going, that Nathaniel, he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then all of a sudden, he heard from the guy up in the lookout tower, he heard him say, land ho! Can you believe it? They got there in 8 days, just like Nathaniel said. And his captain never doubted him again. Nathaniel was so smart. Who wants to be as smart as him? I know, I wish I could be. He was so smart. And he wrote a book in 1802. Were any of you alive then?
No.
No?
But you're here.
Do you think I was alive in 1802?
No.
Oh, phew, good, yes. Okay. In 1802, he wrote a book. It was called The American Practical Navigator. And you know what? That book, you got a question? Something, what do you want to say?
If I was smarter than him, I would know the directions from south to east. And if that
He
was-
does too. He knew the directions south
if
to
there
east.
was- If there was like a bad, like if there was a hurricane coming.
Oh, yeah. Now I forgot what I was saying. Thank you. Thank you, Betsy Ross. In 1802, he wrote The American Practical Navigator. And you know what? That book is still used today on all U.S. commissioned ships. Can you believe that book he wrote so long ago is still used? Because he was so smart. He made so many discoveries and wrote it all down in a book. And he was so good at math. Did you know that there's a lot of math you have to do when you navigate a ship? I don't think I could be a sea captain because I'm not very good at math. Is anybody in here good at math? Kind of. I like your honesty.
Kind of.
I'm not very good at math, but Nathaniel was, and he wrote that book. Now, do you think that his life was really easy?
Kind of.
Kind of? No. But you know what? He wanted to go to a college called Harvard, and he never could. But do you know, because he was so smart, Harvard gave him an honorary degree in mathematics. And later they gave him a second degree. He started his own insurance company, and all kinds of colleges wanted him to come teach math to their students. He had all kinds of people that wanted him to come tell them everything he knew. But you know what? There was some sad stuff that happened in his life.
What?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
It's sad. Are you sure you want to know?
Yes.
Okay. Before he was 25, is anybody in here 25?
No.
Miss Julia is almost 25. She's the closest. She's the closest to 25 in here. But before he was 25, you know what happened? His grandma died. That was sad. His mom died. Isn't that even sadder?
Yeah.
Then he had a little sister who got sick, and she died. He had 3 brothers that were all sailors on ships. And you know what happened to them?
They died.
They all died, all 3 of his brothers. Then he had another sister who got married. And her husband, he was a sea captain. And one time they were out on a voyage, and all of him and all of the sailors got sick, and everybody on the ship died, including his sister's husband, who was the captain. They all got sick and died. Isn't that horrible? His dad did. No, that sister didn't die, just her husband. And then he got married, Nathaniel. He got married. His wife's name was Elizabeth. And then, yeah. And then one time he was out on a sea voyage, and when he came home, you know what he found out? That his wife had gotten sick and died. They'd only been married for 7 months, and she died. Isn't that so sad? All those people that he loved died.
I love my mom.
Yeah, we all love our mom, don't we? We don't want them to die. But you know what? He did not let those sad things stop him from learning and doing all the things that he did. And sometimes sad things happen to us, don't they? And it makes us feel sad, doesn't it? But God doesn't want us to quit when sad things happen. He wants us to keep going. The name of this book was Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. Carry on means you just keep going, even when the bad stuff happens. I want to tell you about somebody in the Bible that had a lot of bad stuff happen to them. His name was the Apostle Paul. You know him? He had so many bad things. I'm going to get my Bible, and I want to read to you some of the bad things that happened to him, okay? This is from the book 2 Corinthians, chapter 11. I'm going to start at verse 23. Now, some of the words might be a little big, but just try and listen, okay? Are they ministers of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more, in labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths oft. Of the Jews, 5 times I received 40 stripes, save one. That means he was whipped 40 times. Thrice was I beaten with rods. Once I was stoned. He had big rocks thrown at him. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep. In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness. Do those sound like fun things to have happen to you? No. He had all kinds of things happen, the Apostle Paul. Do you think he stopped doing what God wanted him to do because of it? No, he kept going. He carried on. I don't know which one's the Apostle Paul. We don't know what he looked like. This is just a guess. He carried on, and that's the lesson I want you to remember. Like Nathaniel and the Apostle Paul. Even when bad things happen in your life, carry on. Do the hard work, right? Even though bad things happen, God never stops loving you, and he wants you to keep going. The Apostle Paul wrote a verse in Philippians. He wrote, I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. That means with God's help, you can do those hard things, right? And maybe just your hard things is going to school and learning math, learning how to read, cleaning your room. Isn't that hard to do when you're having so much fun with your toys? Yeah. Who wants to clean up, right? Do the hard things, right? And that will be pleasing to God. Carry on. Well, you guys did a really good job listening. Thanks for listening. You going to come back tomorrow to learn about somebody else? Yeah? Okay, good.
Right. Excellent. All right, so at this time, what we're going to do, we're going to go into what we call rally time. Do you guys like to have fun? Do you guys like to cheer for your team? So the girls are on the stars. Can you guys say stars? And the boys are on the stripes. Let's try this again. The boys are on the stripes. Okay, so what's going to happen right now, we're going to bring in the older group, and we're all going to be together for our rally time. Welcome to Vacation Bible School. Are you guys ready to have a great time tonight? Do you guys want to hear more about America? And we are going to have such a good time tonight. Just so everybody knows, I am Mr. Beam. Hello, everyone. So, Mr. Beam wants you to have a good time this week. Yes, you can absolutely scream. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. So we have team competitions this week, okay? So you're going to earn points for your team by doing verses, by winning competitions, all right? It's going to be an amazing, amazing time, all right? First, what I'd like to do, I'd like everybody to stand. We're going to start our rally time off with prayer. So I'm going to take my hat off, show you my bald head, all right? So let's bow our heads, close our eyes. Dear Jesus, we love you. Thank you for the opportunity to come to Vacation Bible School. Thank you that we can just have a good time. Thank you that we can learn more about you. Thank you for America. And thank you for how it was founded on your word. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you can find a seat. Find a seat. Today we have our quote of the day is by a man named Noah Webster. Does anybody know who that is? Noah Webster wrote a big, massive dictionary. Mr. Noah Webster was very, very smart. He's one of my favorite people from history. All right? And he said this. He says, education, what's education? Everybody knows education means learning, right? Education without the Bible, so if you don't have the Bible, says is useless. Without the Bible, education is useless. It says the Bible was America's basic textbook in all fields. God's word contained in the Bible has furnished all necessary rules to direct our conduct. Did you know all of the things that we're supposed to do, and the good things that we're supposed to do, and the bad things that we're not supposed to do are all found in the Bible? It's like an instruction book. Who likes to play games? Without rules, are games any fun? If I'm playing Monopoly and I said to the banker, give me all the money, it's a Monopoly stick-up, right? No, I take all the money from the banker. That's no fun, right? There's got to be rules. So there's rules that we need to follow. All right, so we're also going to do our verse. Let's stand up. Actually, before we do our verse, we're going to do this. We're going to take our hat off again if you have one. We're going to look toward our American flag. Put your right hand over your heart, and we're going to pledge the American flag. If you don't know the pledge, the words are over there. I know it's kind of difficult to look at that, but most of you know the Pledge of Allegiance. Here we go. Are you ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Michael, can you please play the Star-Spangled Banner for me? And we're going to remain standing as the Houston Orchestra brings us the Star-Spangled Banner. Mr. Michael. There we go. Remain standing. You can either sing or not sing. That's up to you. Thank you very much. You may be seated. You may be seated. We're going to do our verse for the week. So we have a theme verse. You might have seen this verse in your verse sheet. And we're going to say this verse together. We'll do it sitting down first. Ready? Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. Galatians 5:1a. All right, let's stand up. So what's the first word? Do you guys know how to stand? I think you did a pretty good job. All right, here we go. Let's say it together. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. All right, just the girls. Just the girls. I want to hear it for the stars. Ready? Here we go. Just the girls. Stand fast. Christ hath made. Good job. All right. Sorry, I cut you off there. I apologize. All right, girls, you can sit down. All right, boys, can you say it louder than them? All right, here we go. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. Galatians 5:1a. So I don't know. I mean, they were loud, but they were not together. I'm going to give 500 points to the stars. So did you hear that, guys? I hand out points for competing well, all right? All right, find a seat. We're going to skip that tonight. All right, so we talked about liberty. Can somebody tell me what liberty is? Bella. When you're free to do anything. Okay, very good. Anything else? Bella, wow, I just called you Bella. I'm sorry. Audra. Okay. Freedom to do what you feel is right. Did you know that's why America was founded? Because they wanted the freedom to do what they believed was right. And many, many, many of them believed in the Bible. And they believed that the Bible was the Word of God. And that God was someone that they should worship. And those are the people that founded our great country, America. All right? Did anybody know what that is a picture of? Is it just a regular old bell? Yes, what's your name? Landon? Landon, what is that? It's the Liberty Bell. Could anybody tell me where that Liberty Bell is found? Liberty is found in God, you're right. But does anyone know where the Liberty Bell is in America? It's in the country of America. Elisha, do you know? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Anybody ever been there? Yes, I have. Yes. That is an exciting thing to see. A lot of people try to sneak by the ropes and touch it. Any of you guys do that? No? Okay. All right, so we're going to see what's up next here. So let me explain what those verse sheets are, okay? The verse sheet that you're given has verses from the Bible that we want you to memorize. Memorize simply means you're not reading it, you're saying it from memory. You're right, exactly, you're remembering it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those verse sheets home, and you're going to read over those verse sheets. You know the best way to memorize is just read it, and read it, and read it, and you're going to get it into your brain. And then when you come here, you're going to find a worker, and you're going to be so excited because you memorized 500 verses. I don't think so because you didn't have that many on the sheet, right? But maybe you memorize one verse, and you're ready to go, and you tell it to a worker, and they sign it, and when they sign it, you know what happens? You get prizes. You get points for your team. All right? Now let me talk about team competitions now. If you guys have questions about verses, there's workers everywhere, and you can just ask them and ask them any question about the verse that you might have, okay? Now listen, I have some team leaders for you, okay? So the Stars team leader, the girls team leader is Miss Leah Corey. Miss Leah, say hello. Let's hear it for your team. Okay? And then on the Stripes team, which is the boys team, Stripes, Stars. Whoa, let's try this again. Stripes, Stars. Wow. All right. So what we're going to do is have a good time this week. What do you guys think? So we're going to have, next thing I'm going to explain is the offering. So what, if you bring, him. I didn't introduce him. I'm so sorry. That was on purpose. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so, yeah, I need to, All right, Stripes, your team leader is Mr. Elliot Brosnan. So if you guys are excited about that, tell me. All right, so they're excited. All right, so offering. All right, so we have these. We have missionaries. Anybody know what a missionary is? I'll try. Right, and we actually have some local missionaries that our church supports. Now, when I say local, I mean in America. Okay, there's one in Maryland and there's one in Massachusetts. And the offering that you bring, so you're going to bring some money. You're going to hand it to those guys back there. Some of you have already done this, but I'm just going to explain it for everybody else. And they're going to give you a bag. And that bag is going to have weight. So they're going to be heavy, right? And those bags are going to go into these buckets. Now, this bucket says Stripes. This bucket says Stripes. This bucket says Stars. Wow! All right, so the Stars are pretty excited. The Stripes we're going to work on. That's all right. So what's going to happen is you're going to get those, and we're going to put these in the buckets, and we're going to see how much they weigh. And whoever weighs the most, that's whose team is going to win the offering for that day, all right? So if you didn't bring offering today, that's okay. You can bring it tomorrow. You could bring it the next day. It's okay. You guys hear that thunder? All right. All right. Prize room. So at the end of the night, based on the verses that you've said, you're going to be dismissed to the prize room. Has anybody been able to sneak a peek at the prize room? No. Somebody got to see the prize room. So there's prizes in there, okay? And then you're going to be told by the folks that run the prize room what you can get that day. Now, if you don't get many prizes today, that's okay. There's plenty of chances the rest of the week to get prizes. And the most important thing to do to get prizes is study your verses, right? So right now you don't have your verse sheet, but before you leave, you're going to get it back, and you can take it home, and you can look at those verses and just study, okay? And get points for your team and get prizes. Is that cool? Do we like that? All right. Okay, at this time, we are going to have our offering. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dismiss the Stars. If you brought in money for the offering, go back and get your bags right now. So I'm going to send just the girls right now. Just the girls right now to get their offering. Wow, look at that. Everybody had offering, unless they didn't understand the instructions. That's a possibility. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Go. Collect. Yeah, give me a little tunes. All right, so do you guys think you're going to win this week or not? Do the girls think they're going to win this week? Wow. They're excited. I see that. That's good. All right, so what's going to happen? Whoa. These are loud. All right. Stripes, if you brought money for offering, go down this way and then just come behind Miss Anna and go get your offering. But go that way. Go that way, please, so you're not running into them. If you brought offering. Yep. Oh, boy. Yep, if you brought offering, go ahead. Here we go. 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 So remember, whoever has the one that weighs the most, wins. I have a feeling I know what might happen here. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Does everybody have their offering? All right, here's what we're going to do. I need a volunteer from each team. What's that? Okay, Andrew, come on up. Let's see. Let's do Bella. Bella, come on up. All right, here's what we're going to do. This is a quick game. I know sometimes we try to do fun little games for the offering, but we're just going to do this real quick. This is what you need to do, okay? You got to pick up the bucket. You listening? Listen, guys, because you're going to come in on this too, okay? You're going to pick up the bucket. You're going to go collect your team's offering. You're going to bring it back and put it down where it is when it's full. Make sure you get all the offering. Make sure you get everybody. First one back gets 1,000 points for their team. Are you guys ready? Do you know what to do? You're going to collect the offering. You're going to come back and just put it down. You got that, Andrew? You got that? You're going to collect the offering. They're going to throw them in there. You're going to bring it back. Don't worry about that. That's just to make it even. Are you ready? You guys ready? Yeah! Who's going to win? On your mark. Make sure you get all the offering in there. Get set. Are you sure you want to play this game? On your mark. Get set. Go. Uh-oh. That is 1,000 points for the Stripes. Can you go get the other one? And you're going to help me put them on. Thanks, buddy. All right. I want to count down from 5. All right, that's 3,000 points for the Stars. All right, very good. So at this time, where is Mr. Brosnan? Is he in here? Where is Miss Amelia? She's right there. Can we get Miss Amelia? Miss Amelia! Can you check if your dad's ready? All right, here's what we're going to do. Stand up. We're going to sing a little song that I like. Whoop, I'm sorry, buddy. We probably could have helped him. I think he was waiting for help. That's okay. Just yell for help. Yell. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to sing a little song called My Lord Knows the Way Through the Wilderness, okay? And so this song is very fun. I like it because I get to trick you. All right, so there's only one time in this song that you're going to clap. This is the way it goes. I'm going to sing it to you first, okay? My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is, and right there, that's where you're going to clap. Right before the word follow, okay? And then we're going to say it again. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. Now, that's so easy, right? That's such an easy, fun song. Here's the problem. I'm going to trick you. But not yet, because we need to go to game time. But remember that song, because I'm gonna trick you this week. Okay. All right, Stars, line up with Miss Amelia, or I'm sorry, Miss Leah. Am I correct in saying this is in the hallway next door? Okay, folks online. You may not get this. We're going to try our best, but you may not get this. If it starts to drop out, Jude, if it starts to drop out, just cut to, we'll be right back, okay? All right, boys, go ahead. Head over. Miss Amelia, my phone.
Okay, so we've got to have YouTube music during those.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Mr. Jude, go ahead and switch to this.
My phone has 4K for video.
Okay, so if it just starts to cut out because we're off Wi-Fi.
Don't melt, guys. Have fun. Bye.
Colonial girl.
I totally did take Yo, if we're gonna play soccer, keep on. Yeah, you're awesome.
Yeah, boys, line up, please. Alright. So, what I might do is hold the bowl while you guys are in line. So get in line. Boys, you can turn around. Your sticky trap is on the other side. Alright, guys. Flip the line. Flip the line. Hey, everybody, pay attention over here, over here, over here, over here. Alright, buddy. You're gonna start heading that way, okay? Everybody back just a tad. So, everyone pivot. The back of the line, come over here. Jillian, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, come over here, come over here. Line up like this, right here. We just need a place that everyone can. Alright, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Guys. Oh my God, there you go. There you go. Everybody over here, over here, over here, over here. There you go. Line up facing this way. Alright, line up facing this way. Line up facing this way. Right here, right here. Right here. Right here, line going that way. Everybody, come right here. Stand right. Nope, they're going this way. Face the same way. Line up right here. Right here. Everybody, make the line go that way. You're gonna cross over right there. Right.
There it is.
Good job, guys.
Good job, boys.
Is everybody listening? Yeah. Do you have your bowl? You need a bowl here.
Yeah, I need a bowl.
Yeah, grab that. We're gonna set a timer, Mr. B. Do you have a timer? Yeah, I got a timer. What are we? You'll have 5 minutes to eat chuck. Once you chuck your pop.
All right, as the boys file in, who do you think won? All right, we're going to find out shortly who won that. So I'm going to get a count, hopefully. Do you know who's counting over there? Okay, I don't need to know the count yet. All right, so stand up. We're going to do that song that I wanted to do. Remember what it was called? Who remembers what the song was called? My Lord Knows the Way Through the Wilderness. You guys know, anybody know this song? Some of you know it. Malin knows it. All right, so listen. Remember, I like this song because I get to try to trick you. That's where we left off, right? But there's only one place. Do we have the count already? The final count? All right, hold on. Before we do the song. So we keep getting interrupted with that song. Maybe we shouldn't even sing it. No, all right. That's okay. All right, Miss Amelia, come on up. Give me the... Whoa! All right, so I got to tell you this, guys. Everybody sit down. You can sit down. You got to sit down for this. All right. There was 3 different. Like one team had 3 more than the other team. That's it, just 3. That's crazy. The final score was 43-40. And the winning team of our game for Monday, with 43 pom-poms stuck to the sticky tape, Stripes! So that's going to be 3,000 points for the Stripes. 3,000 points. All right, very good. All right, now stand up. Let's sing this song that we've been trying to sing. All right, here we go. So this is how it goes. You ready? My Lord, don't sing it with me yet. I'm gonna sing it, and I'm gonna clap the time you're supposed to clap. Okay? But then when we really sing it, I might try to trick you. All right, here we go. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. Now, there's a little more to that, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I want to do just this part. Are you guys ready? Sing it with me. All right, here we go. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. Wrong. Incorrect. That's not the time you're supposed to do that. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's sing it again. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. That was awesome. All right, now what we're going to add is strength for today is mine all the way, and all that I need for tomorrow. My Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is follow. Good job. Find a seat. Find a seat. We actually have a couple minutes, so what we're going to do, who knows this song? Does everyone know the song God Bless America? All right, that's going to be our theme song this week. If you don't know it, it's a very good song to sing. We want God to bless America, right? Now, America has done some bad things, but sometimes we do bad things, right? And we can ask God for forgiveness, and we can ask God to bless us. Now, he won't always bless us when there's what we call sin in our lives, right? And sin is just simply when we do wrong against God, right? So what we're going to sing, we're going to sing it up. We're going to sing God Bless America. So how many of you know this song? It's a pretty common song. If you don't know it, that's fantastic. We're going to learn it. Stand up, please. Everybody stand up. All right, here we go. Let me find my... Oh, it's over here. Because I got 2... Oh, hold on a second. I got to show you something about the slide. So at the very end, we're going to say, God Bless America, my home sweet home, twice, right? All right, let's sing it, see how it goes. All right, here we go. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her mountains, to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Very good. Find a seat. We're probably going to sing that a little faster next time, but that was a very good job. And we'll probably start a little lower next time because that can get high at the end. But very good job. At this time, we are going to have another quick lesson. So I'd like you to pay attention. And Mr. Corey is going to come bring our preaching time. Yes, absolutely. You can have that. So what I want you to do is sit up straight. Open your ears. Close your mouth. But you got to sit. I didn't say stand up straight. I said sit up straight. Looking good, looking good. Awesome job. Now I want you to pay attention. So listen with your ears and keep your eyes up here. All right. Thank you. Mr. Corey.
Eyes in your head, though.
Yes.
That'd be really good. I don't want everybody to throw their eyes at me. So we already talked about what is liberty, right? Yeah. So anybody can repeat. I think it was somebody over here, one of the girls. So what answer did we come up with? See if it's the same one I got on the paper. Audra, sorry, just.
To have freedom to do whatever you think is right.
The freedom you do whatever you think is right. So we're talking about America. We love America. And one of the things that makes America what it is we are one of the few nations of the world that's founded in liberty. We are one of the few. And in fact, it's in one of our foundational documents. Anybody know what a foundational document is, or what is a foundation? Timothy, what's a foundation?
It's when you make something.
All right, it's when you make something. A little bit more. Karma.
A foundation. I think a foundation is the land.
Kind of, it's the land. Well, the foundation is one of the first things that you do. So when you build a house, you don't put the roof on, and you don't put the kitchen in first. You do the foundation first. So one of the first things we did, we're not going to talk about the Mayflower Compact. That was, don't even know what that is. I barely do. But one of the first documents that we had as a nation was, and I'll read it from you, and it says, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one to dissolve the political bands that have connected them with another. Does anybody know what was said so far? Probably not. But we'll skip to the second paragraph. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that are among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Does anybody know what that document was? No. Okay. So at least you're honest. Bella. The Declaration of Independence. It's not on my... Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. So it was signed by 56 people. Who was the guy whose name is at the bottom in the middle? It's over there in the back. It's over there in the back. It's a guy from Massachusetts. You can't see it. You couldn't even read it because it's in cursive, and most of you probably don't know how to read cursive. But it's John Hancock. John Hancock. So when somebody signs something, they say, put your John Hancock on it. Why? Because it's... So when was that signed? You didn't know you were going to be doing civics class in Vacation Bible School. When was it signed? Titus.
1776.
What day was it deemed to have been signed? It wasn't signed on this day, but what is the date on the piece of paper? Andrew. July 4th. Very good. I do not have any candy. I am sorry. So in there it talks about 2 paragraphs that nobody writes like this anymore. Nobody writes, when in the course of human events, when is the last time any of you have heard anything like that? I haven't either. I've been alive a lot longer than most of you in here. I've never read anything where pastor doesn't say that when he gets up and preaches. So nobody writes like that anymore. But it was 27 things that the British government was doing to American citizens. 27. That's a lot. I think there's 27 kids here tonight. There'd be one bad thing the king did. But so we already defined liberty, but liberty is the freedom to do what you believe is right. Kind of. But the Bible has a lot to say about liberty. And you know what? Liberty is a biblical concept. Does anybody know what the Bible is?
Yeah. I got one.
Oh, you've got one right here. I have one right here. Liberty is found in the Bible. You know why we're one of the few countries founded with liberty as part of our core values or our important things? Because we're one of the few nations where one of the founding books that was referenced was the Bible. And liberty is only possible with Jesus Christ. It's all over the place, liberty is mentioned. Noah Webster, Mr. Beam mentioned Noah Webster, who was what did he do? This is like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Somebody besides Bella. We'll take you. We'll take Bella. He wrote the first American dictionary. And honestly, he wrote it in 1828, and that's the dictionary that a lot of people learn to define words with. So why is liberty, you say, Mr. Corey, why is liberty important? Well, if it's not important, we can all go home. Liberty is kind of important. Why is liberty important? Because liberty, so to be at liberty, you assume that if somebody's being set free, that what's the opposite of free? Jail. Jail is a good, that's a short word. Imprisonment. Another one, go ahead. Well, juvie, yeah, you're not free in juvie. Karma? You're not free in China either. So far, so good. I haven't heard any bad answers. Malin? Okay, so can we? What's your name?
You're not free in prison.
You're not free in prison. Well, so we're not free in prison. We're not free in juvie. We're not free in all those places. But you're not free in jail. You're not free in jail. You're not free at home when you do bad things because you get grounded. Maybe you didn't, but I did. You get sent to your room. You're not free when you're bad. You get sent to your room. Yes. So we'll come back. We got some more questions. So freedom and liberty it comes from the Bible. It says, "For ye have not received the spirit of bondage." So bondage is another word for jail, juvie. You're going to your room when you're bad. What was the other one? Prison. "But ye have received the spirit of adoption." Anybody know what it means to be adopted? Okay, so you with the Sasquatch on the front of your shirt.
It means you get parents when you're a little kid.
Yep, it means you get parents when you're a little kid. That's a great definition. But he answered. So no more questions. So he answered the question. When we'll come back. Well, I got plenty more questions. So I've got lots of questions. That's the fun part of life. Get to ask questions. But we are adopted. We can be adopted. Whereby we cry, Abba, Father. We get freed from the bondage of sin. Does anybody know what sin is? Mr. Beam talked about what sin is. Jonathan, do you know what sin is? What's one thing that's sin? Doing something bad. We don't need to go. That's all it is. Doing something bad against God. That's all it is. Sin. So when we do bad things, we are in bondage. You are in sin. But the only way we can get liberty is through Jesus Christ. Anybody know who Jesus Christ is? Okay, so you with Mario Brothers on your shirt. Who's Jesus?
The Son of God.
The Son of God. So the Son of God is the only one who gives us liberty. We're not going to go into great detail about that today, but I wouldn't feel right about myself if I didn't give the gospel at least once. Jesus Christ is the only way that you can take care of your sin. We all sin. I grew up in church. I still sin. I'm pretty good at it. That's because that's who we are. But Jesus Christ is the only one that can take care of our sin. I know a lot of you. I had children once too. Most children, I've never had to teach we never had to teach our children how to lie, how to smack their sister or brother for doing something they didn't like, how to steal cookies off the counter, how to blame your siblings for who broke that. Let's get our story straight. It was Johnny. Nobody had to teach. Did anybody have to teach you how to lie? No. Nobody had to teach you how to lie. You're born knowing how. So you know what? Jesus is the only one who can give us the liberty to say, I don't have to lie. Now you say whoever did that was a good definition, is the freedom to what you deem is right. Well, if we do that, you can kind of get messed up. But it's a Christian definition is what freedom to do what's in here, the good stuff we're supposed to do. That's the freedom we have. Liberty comes from the Bible. Psalms 119:45. This is one of the verses that's on your verse sheet. I helped somebody with it. Julian? No? Maybe? I don't know. Liberty comes from the Bible. And I will walk at liberty, for I seek thy precepts. Precepts is another word for the Bible. So what else is liberty a part of? The biblical liberty can be used as a mirror. Has anybody ever seen a mirror before? Some of you don't look like you've paid attention to what you've seen in the mirror, but does everybody know what one is? So there's mirrors in the bathroom. You can look at it and see, oh, I've got something in my teeth. Or I've got no teeth. Or I've got a black eye. Or I've got dirt on my face. Or my hair's sticking up.
You got an alfalfa. That's what it's called.
Is my hair sticking up?
No. Yes.
Yeah, mine sticks up too in the morning, especially in the morning. But you know what? There's less to worry about. But hey, at least I have it. It's gray, but it's still there. Sorry, that was not a slam against anybody. That was just merely a comment. That was merely a comment for my own benefit. But the Bible can be used as a mirror because the Bible tells us, hey, you're doing this that's good, or you're doing this that's bad, that's sin. The Bible is a mirror. Because in James it says, but whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, the Bible, and continueth therein, meaning and that talks about continuing in the things that you did that are bad. He is being a forgetful here and doeth the word, and he's blessed in his deeds. So speak ye, and ye shall be judged by the law of liberty. We can look at the Bible and say, I have liberty, but what am I supposed to do? And then the last thing, well, two things. Our liberty ends, according to the Bible, our liberty ends when it impacts somebody else. For example, I am not suggesting you do this. You say, I feel it's right for me to punch my brother in the eye. No, you're right. It's not good for you to punch your brother in the eye. Well, he punched you in the eye first, I know, but I had a brother. I have a brother too. I haven't punched him in the eye lately, but we did occasionally punch each other. When we did that, we were what? Naughty. We were sinning. We were doing all the bad stuff. We were doing all the bad stuff. That's why my father put us to work, to keep us out of trouble. And then we fought when we were doing that. But my liberty ends where it impacts you. So if I want what you have, can I just take it?
No.
Why? Why not?
That would be sinning.
That'd be sinning. Any other reason?
You can ask.
I can ask. And what if you say no and I still want it? Oh, so if the store has something I want, can I just go in and, that looks good, I'm going to take that, and then just walk out without paying for it? No. Even if the state of New York says that you can, you can't. It's still against God's law. Even if the state of New York says it's okay, it's not. Did you pay for it? No. We're not talk about civics today, but liberty, my liberty ends where yours begins. Well, you say that's kind of weird, Mr. Corey. You're kind of. I'm only 5. You're right. You're only 5. But let's look at the Bible. What's the Bible say? As free, not using liberty. So I'm free, but not using liberty as a cloak of maliciousness. What is maliciousness? I'd be surprised if anybody got that. Bella. Evilness. It's bad intentions, really. So why did you tie your brother's shoes together? So that when he got up and tried to run away, he'd fall flat on his face and break his nose. That's being malicious. Well, okay, so he broke your nose. Again, I've had a brother. We did lots of bad things, but so that's being malicious. So that's being mean and nasty. That's like pushing your little brother or sister down the stairs. That's nasty, right? But you can't push your brother or sister down the stairs, right? Shh. We'll have fun later. We'll have fun later. But you wouldn't like it if you had a bigger brother and he pushed you down the stairs, would you? Because there's always somebody bigger than you. Always. Yes, there's people. I've met people bigger than me. And you know what? They're scary. If I'm scared and run away, you probably should too. Just saying. If somebody's taller and bigger than me, you should probably run too. But we're supposed to be a servant. So we're not supposed to use our liberty, our freedom, to do bad things to others. We're supposed to use our liberty to help others. Or we're supposed to stop. We're supposed to stop short of punching our brother in the eye because I want to. Right? That's not nice. And then the last thing about liberty, we know that liberty's from God because God said, I'm going to give you the ability to do things that I don't like. You realize that when we sin, if you punch your brother in the eye, you're also sinning against God. You're sinning against your brother, but you're sinning against God. And God said, I am going to allow you to do what you want. I don't like it. He doesn't like it. If God never let us do anything, you know what we would be? We would be robots. We'd be like, if we couldn't do anything we didn't want to do, we would be robots. Robots are kind of boring. They're kind of neat because they do repetitive tasks. You know, who wants to clean? If you could find a robot that could clean your room, that wouldn't be boring to anybody in here. But after a while, robots are kind of boring. You know why? You know why? You know what? Have you ever had a conversation with a robot? No, you haven't. No, you've never had an intelligent conversation. You've never had an intelligent conversation with a robot, have you? Robots aren't smart. The youngest child in here is smarter than a robot. Everybody in here is smarter than a robot. You know why? Because you can learn how to tie your shoes. A robot may or may not be able to tie his shoes unless somebody else programs the robot to tie their shoes. Shh. We're almost done. We're almost done. But you know what? God gave us a choice. So it's important when we have a choice that we don't take advantage of others. In our liberty, we do the right thing with our freedom. And then recognize, most importantly, the source of our freedom. Our freedom doesn't come from ourselves, and our liberty doesn't come from ourselves. Liberty is a God-given principle. That's why in China, they don't have they don't have liberty. That's why in Russia, they don't have liberty. Or other places in the world, they don't have liberty. Why? Because they don't have the Bible. And Mr. Beam, with that, we will close.
All right. I'm going to wait till I get some juice here. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Yes. So liberty. Liberty's very, very important. Like I said, that's why our country was founded. That's why our country's here. Because people wanted liberty. They wanted to do what they believed was right. And you know what? Many of the people, like I said, believed the Bible that founded our nation. So we're going to learn so much more this week about the Bible. We're going to learn more about America. We're going to learn about, tomorrow I have something planned. We're going to learn a little bit about how our government works. Oh, government, so much fun, so fun, fun, fun. All right. At this time, what we're going to do is dismiss to the prize room. Mr. Corey, where you're sitting, thank you. I was like, where did I put those? This is my wife, ladies and gentlemen. She has my back. Say hello, Mrs. Beam. She is, you got to be really nice to her this week. Do you know why? She's the points lady. So she keeps track of the points for me. So when I say the girls get 2 billion points. Don't write that down. That means she has to write that down, right? Okay, so actually, we're not going to dismiss at the prize room just quite yet. We're going to announce, you know what? Just come back tomorrow. I'll tell you what the points are. Come back tomorrow. All right, Mrs. Beam. All right, so this team has points, and this team has points. All right, go home. Go home. No? You want to hear what the points are? Yeah! Who thinks the Stripes are winning? Who thinks the Stars are winning? All right, so there is a 6,000 point difference. That's only kind of like an offering, right? I think I gave 3,000 for the offering. But as the week goes on, I might increase points for the offering. I might increase points for the games. I might have a double points day where you get double points for the verses you say. I might do different things like that. Yes, Mrs. Beam, you're looking like you need to tell me something. Yeah, so listen, you get points just for bringing back your verse sheet. All you got to do is bring that back. You don't even have to study verses, but you should, right, to get more points. You get points for bringing your sheet back. And, listen to this, if your whole team brings back their verse sheet, so not one single person left at home, your team gets some bonus points. Is that a 10,000 bonus points? Well, there you go. I mean, if the difference is only 6,000, I believe it's a 10,000 point bonus if everyone on your team brings it. If one of you forgets it, you can't get the bonus. So everybody have your verse sheet? You don't yet, right? You're going to get it as you exit, okay? So points. Here we go. Drum roll, please. With 27,800 points, the leading team after Monday of Vacation Bible School 2023 I Love America is the Stars. And the Stripes are only down again by 6,000 with 21,800. So you guys are close. Nobody's taking it home yet. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray. And after I pray, what we're going to do is I'm going to dismiss you by name. I'm going to say your name, and you're going to go right through those doors into the prize room. Mr. Elliott, can I have those open? And then somebody's going to tell me when the next group needs to go through. Mr. Elliott, find out who that's going to be. Okay, Mr. Alex. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pray. So bow your heads, close your eyes. If you have a hat on, please take it off. Shh. Let's pray. Father, thank you for a great first day of Vacation Bible School. I thank you for those who are here. Lord, we're so thankful for liberty, the liberty we can have in your word to do what's right and to do what you want us to do. I pray that you'd help us to do what's right. And I pray that those who are here will come back tomorrow. I pray that they'd bring visitors and that we'd just have a good time in you. In Jesus' name, amen. That's one thing I forgot to mention before I dismiss by names. There is also points if you bring a friend. So bring a friend, tell your friends. They're going to get a verse sheet just like you got one. They're going to get prizes just like you get some prizes, and you're going to have a good time, all right? All right, so listen up. If I say your name, you ready? If I say your name, you're going to go head out to the prize room. Morella, go ahead and head to the prize room. Marlia, you can go this way. Yep, and then come right through there. Lilani, am I saying that right? Lilani? Yep. Did I say it right? Is that right? I got it? Okay, cool. Ryu? Victoria? Julian? Nicole? Isabella Fox? You almost got it. And Danny. Danny. Who's Danny? Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Head to the prize room, okay? All right, so while we're waiting for them, I'm going to play a quick game. What? Me? Do I have something on my head? Oh, is it a mark from my head, my hat? Or it could just be a pimple. Ew. Okay. Yeah, it's from my hat. Okay, so quick game. Here we go. Ready? I want you, first one up here that has white shoelaces. If you have white shoelaces, run up here. White shoelaces. White shoelaces. Oh, there it is. Nice job. Oh, hey, Mr. Titus, where's my candy bag? Oh, thanks, buddy. Perfect. All right, go ahead and head back to your seat. All right, we're going to step it up a little bit. I need, you're going to bring it up and put it in my hand. This is just for the girls. No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to do like a hairband or something, but I don't want to make people take out their hair. Let's not do that. But this is just for the girls. Pink nail polish. Nobody with pink nail polish? Let's see it. You got to come up here and show me. All right, she got pink nail polish. She gets a piece of candy. All right, group 2. Sunny. Go ahead and head to the prize room, Sonny. Jonathan. Beckman. Oh, somebody put Beckman. Beckham. Go ahead, buddy. Yep, right to the prize room. Justice. Malin. Go ahead to the prize room. Timothy. Carter. All right, I'm gonna step up this game real quick. Are you ready? You ready? If you have, this is what I need. Okay? I need you to find me a hymn book. A hymn book is our books that have songs in them. Very good. Andrew, take that back for me. Oh, I'm sorry. You can give Bella one too. Good job. Put that back for me. All right, here's what I need next. You're going to have to ask some adults. Are you ready? This is really, really picky. You ready? Listen. I need a piece of money. Oh, hold on. That paper money that has it. Listen. I'm not done yet. With a serial number that has 2 consecutive numbers on it. So it needs to say 11. It needs to say 22, 33, 44, 55. You'll get the money back. Unless it's 100. Bring it to me. Put it in my hand. Oh, hold on. Let's see what I got. Oh, I got a 4-4. Good job. Here you go. Yep, go give that back to him. Whoever had the money, give it back. All right. That was a tough one. He won that one. That was a good job. All right. If you have brown eyes, I need you right in front of me. Brown eyes. There you go, Andrew. Sorry, he got here first. That was a lot. How many of you have brown eyes? That is a lot of you. How about my third group? Can I send my third group? Not yet. Okay. If you have 2 vowels in your name, stand right up here. 2 vowels. What's your name? Yep. There you go, Victoria. Piece of candy. Blue eyes. Are we good for... Did somebody tell me group 3 yet, or no? Group 2 was kind of big, so... All right, listen. How about this? Oh, she's ready. She's ready. Why are you up here? What's that? What? What? I don't know what happened. Okay. Who can tell me who the first president of the United States was? Audra. George Washington. Correct. Woohoo! Group 3, listen up. If your name is Karma, go ahead and head to the prize room. Elisha, Lydia, and Christina. Did Lydia go? Is there a Lydia? Oh, okay. That's okay. That's group 3. Oh, group 4? Oh, what'd you get? You got a squirt gun? Beckham, you got a squirt gun? Very nice, man. That's pretty cool. All right. I need someone to bring me a Band-Aid. Somebody bring me a Band-Aid. Somebody bring me a Band-Aid. I don't care. It can be any Band-Aid. I need a Band-Aid. Band-Aid, Band-Aid, Band-Aid. Adults can help. Bella, good job. So everybody's going to bring random stuff tomorrow in their pockets. I'm going to be like, can I have a sewing needle? No, don't bring needles. All right, let's see. What else do I need? Listen, I need something patriotic. Boom. Oh. Well, that is pretty patriotic. It's an American flag. We'll give Timothy and Andrew one. That was a valiant effort, Timothy. He wasn't going to get out of the row, so he's just like, I'm throwing the hat. All right, here we go. I need... I need somebody that has blue on their shirt. Right here. Man, this kid. Who is this kid? All right, if they got blue on their shirt, give them a piece of candy. Here you go. Group 4. Nathaniel. If I say your names, head to the prize room. Nathaniel. Yep. Peyton. Rostislav. Grayson. Jojo. Ethan. Zaire. Donna. If I said your name, go ahead, head to the prize room. All right. let's hold on to the candy until we're leaving, okay? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you asking. Did you guys have a good day today? Is everybody coming back tomorrow? Excellent. Excellent. You're ready for the next thing, aren't you? You're ready for the next thing. Look at him. He's like, all right, come on, let's go. All right, wait, let's see. What I need something. What do I need? I need I'm going to do this to the adults. I need a Visa. I need a Visa credit card or debit card. I need a Visa, debit card, or credit card. A Visa, debit card, or credit card. I got it right here. He just took your wallet. All right, make sure everybody gets their cards back, please. Did you give one to Andrew for that one? Man, Andrew's just wiping the floor. Let's see. I need I need a comb. I need a comb. Guys, can't you tell I need a comb? I need a comb. Oh, that was really fast. Look at that. Oh, wait. Hold on. What do we think? Guys? All right, hold on. Get back to your seat. Okay, wow, that was impressive. If you brought me a comb or a pick, raise your hand because you'll get some candy. Okay. Next group. Bella, Andrew, and Audra. Yes. Yep, there you go. All right, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to dismiss. Andrew's gone, guys. So this is your chance. Andrew's gone. This is your chance. I need a piece of paper with numbers on it. Any number. Any piece of paper with number on it. Good job, Karma. There you go. All right, you got to be the first one. I'm sorry. All right. At this time, we're going to dismiss. I believe that was the last group. Yeah, you can. If your parents are here, you may go. If you rode with if you rode with someone, please remain seated. If you rode with someone who's not here, but if your parents are here, you are dismissed. Are your parents here? Bye, everyone on the live stream. Say bye, everyone. All right. Oh, good. I think your dad's here.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife.
Who more than self their cause